Hi everyone, this is Jo from Go Get Sober. Today I'm talking about how alcohol affects our sleep patterns. Subscribe to my channel below, click the subscribe button and hit the little bell if you want to receive notifications when there's a new video. So I remember in my drinking days, I used to lie awake virtually every night. I used to lie awake, I don't know, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning for hours, unable to get back to sleep. And it would be a really uncomfortable kind of awake. So it would be like my thoughts would be whirling around my head, going round and round in circles. And it would all be really negative stuff. I'd be focusing on problems. I'd be feeling ashamed of what I'd said or done the evening before. I'd be worrying about my behaviour. I'd be having high levels of anxiety. And then when I eventually got back to sleep, if I eventually got back to sleep, it would only be for an hour or two before I had to wake up and get on with the day. And so how I felt during the day was pretty awful. Lethargic, dopey, not firing on all cylinders. Everything was a real effort. I'd feel quite low. I'd have a low mood. I might have higher levels of anxiety. All because I wasn't getting a proper, refreshing and restorative night's sleep. And it was the alcohol that was affecting that was doing that to me. Compared to now, now that I'm sober, I'm going to bed either early or late, depending what's going on in my day. I'm usually reading for about 20 minutes before I go to sleep. Even if I don't sleep right through the night, because sometimes obviously I get up to go to the loo or to get a glass of water or whatever, but I have no problem getting back to sleep again, and I'm waking up in the morning feeling refreshed, feeling revitalised and full of energy. I can't even begin to explain to you the difference between then and now. And what I want to share with you today is the science behind this. There has been increasing amounts of research being done into the impact that alcohol has on sleep. And basically the findings are that alcohol has an impact on what's known as our REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement sleep. Now, the normal pattern is for us to fall asleep, and after we've fallen asleep, about 90 minutes into our sleep, our REM sleep kicks in. So we start by going into that really deep sleep, and then 90 minutes in, we start to get into that REM pattern, and then the pattern kind of shifts and changes for the rest of the night. And what alcohol does, it might seem like it's helping us to fall asleep more quickly. Lots of people tell me that alcohol helps them fall asleep. And that can be true. It can help us fall asleep more quickly because it is a depressant, and that's the impact it has on the body and the mind. But what happens then is it interferes with the body's natural circadian rhythms. So that natural kind of internal kind of clock that manages our patterns, our sleeping and waking patterns, the alcohol starts interfering with that. And not only that, but it also interferes with our REM sleep. Now, the REM sleep is really important to us. It's important for our emotional restoration, our mental restoration. It's important for dreaming. It's important for kind of settling everything back into place within our bodies and our minds. And when it's disrupted by alcohol, it has negative consequences for us the following day. Irshad Ebrahim from the London Sleep Centre in the UK tells us that although alcohol seems like it's helping us to fall asleep more quickly, it's actually interfering with our body's natural sleep rhythms and patterns, particularly in the second half of the night. And it can lead to problems like, it can make it more likely that we'll experience things like snoring and sleep apnea. Michael Broyce, PhD, who's known as the sleep doctor in Scottsdale, Arizona, tells us that REM sleep is mentally restorative. Alcohol disrupts this mental restoration, and you're more likely to experience sleepwalking, sleep talking, poorer memory, poorer emotional processing as a result. And I know that all of that was true for me in my drinking days. All of these descriptions, poorer memory, poorer concentration, feeling less restored and less refreshed when I woke up, all of these things were true for me in my drinking days. And the difference now is absolutely phenomenal. And the evidence does show us that people who drink alcohol in the evening are much more likely to wake up in the early hours of the morning and be unable to get back to sleep. So, to summarise, alcohol might feel like it's helping us to get to sleep more quickly, but what it's doing is interfering with the body's natural sleep rhythms and cycles. And it's interfering with our REM sleep, which is leading to poorer brain function and lower mood and even higher levels of anxiety. We're less mentally restored and refreshed, and we're certainly not firing on all cylinders the following day. So when you stop drinking and you get sober, your sleep, even if in the early days of stopping drinking you go through a period of it might feel like you're not sleeping brilliantly well initially, that's a phase and that will pass as your body settles back into its natural rhythms. As you start leading a healthier lifestyle, perhaps you're getting more fresh air and more exercise, you're sticking to the commitments and challenges you set yourself, your body will settle into a natural sleeping pattern. If it doesn't, there could be some kind of issue there that you need to go and see a doctor about. But what we do know is alcohol isn't going to help that. It might feel like it is helping you get to sleep, but it's actually not helping your proper restorative natural sleep processes. Subscribe to my channel below. Let me know in the comments what your experiences of sleep and alcohol have been. I'll look forward to catching up with you soon. And in the meantime, let's go get sober together.